Hines forgot to update the home plate umpire that Lindsley was hitting for Hawthorne. Well, I think we'd all figured it out by now. 3-1 to Lindsley. Is low, that's a walk. A little bit of a bat toss from Lindsley. She trots the first, 2-1, nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth. Here's Megan Ackerman. Struck out looking in the second. Different opportunity here in the fourth. First pitch strike. Upstairs. 1-1 we have seen when Sale has gotten in trouble this summer. It has been when the Rise has sailed. No pun intended. I apologize for that. I did. That really wasn't written out prior. But either way, when the Rise goes high, that's when she starts walking people, and that's when the big innings have happened. Now though, ahead of Ackerman, 1-2. See if she comes back with that flat pitch on the inside edge. Misses high, 2-2. That one floats in for a called strike 3. Second time Ackerman has been sat down looking. One gone. That was some pretty wicked movement on the off speed from Sale. Looked like it was going to go way up like a rise ball and then just came right back down into the zone. For strike 3, here's Mackenzie Ryan. Big cut, 0-1. Ryan was hit by a pitch in the second. Fouled off her big toe. She was left stranded at third in that inning. Trying to get the impact offense going once again. Shows bunt. It was a strike that got away from Tony Gay. Runners advance on the wild pitch strike. Tough to tell from my angle, but it's very rare you see a wild pitch strike. Either way, 0-2 to Ryan. Second and third now for Am and Lindsley. Swing and a miss. 2 away, and that is strikeout number 9 for Sale. Hannah Perez, long at bat in the second, but she did strike out. Another chance to drive in a run for the impact. Low for ball 1. Am over at third, Lindsley at second, 2 away. Here in the bottom of the fourth, slice up 7-2. Emma Dirt, nice job by Tony Gay, hanging on to that one, 2-0. Sale has the sign, the 2-0. Upstairs, 3-0. On deck is Taylor Phillips. She did strike out in the second, but it was a long at-bat. Very long at-bat. Perez should be all take here on the 3-0. Is strike one. If I'm Perez, I frankly keep the bat on the shoulder right here. I know 3-1's an attack pitch, but I'd see if Sale tries to throw it out of the zone. Instead, Perez fouls it off, full count. That pitch, 79 for Shannon Sale in this game. A little bit more efficient last couple innings. Had close to 50 through 2. This payoff pitch against Hannah Perez will be pitch 80 with 2 in scoring position. That one off the glove of Sale. Roper's got it in time. Nicely dug out by Herring on the 1-4-3 ground out. And that'll do it. Here in the bottom of the 4th, 2 more left stranded for the impact. And the slice, we'll see their hot offense come back to the plate as we head to the top of the 5th. Slice up 7-2. Well, as we head to the top of the 5th, slice up 7-2 on the impact. Let's take a look at what is happening over on the other field. Bottom of the 4th, the no-hitter from Mary Beth Feldman just broken up by the squeeze. They've got runners on 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs, links up 2-0. Again, that's in the bottom of the 4th. Really strong pitching performance by Mary Beth Feldman, new addition of the league for the Lynx. Kenna Wilkie in the circle for the squeeze. She's only given up 1 hit. 2 runs, both were unearned because of some errors, and she's got 8 strikeouts. So we'll keep an eye on that one as, again, the squeeze sitting 2nd in the league, Lynx in 5th. As we're looking at this in golf terms, week 4 will probably be moving week before we get to the final week of the regular season and then the playoffs here in the first summer softball season in the FGCL. 4-5-6 due up for the slice, starting off with Bree Roper. And for a strike, Roper going back to slapping. That's how she singled in the 3rd. Came around to score on the Ludlum home run. 1 for 2 day for Roper. That one slapped out to left. And drifting back is Fava for out number 1. Here's Ludlum. 2 for 2 day. Singled and scored in the 2nd, 2-run homer in the 3rd. First pitch strike on the change from Lindsley. (7-2) slice here in the top of the 5th. Lindsley came on in the 3rd after Ludlum's 2-run homer. First time the Furman product has seen Lindsley in the circle. And this could be the same result. Hit way back out to right, and that's gone. Riley Ludlum, her 2nd home run of the day. She's just crushing it right now. That'll make the people at Furman very happy. It's 8-2 Slice as Ludlum has now her 4th home run of the season and her 12th RBI of the summer. Well, Riley Ludlum is absolutely making a case to be in contention for Player of the Week. Was 1 for 3 with an RBI last night, 3 for 3 today with 3 ribbies. Addie Reese, first pitch ball. Reese is 1 for 1, singled and scored in the second, walked in the third. If I'm the impact, I might not pitch to Ludlum if you see her again in this game. 2-0 to Reese. That one well hit. That'll fall in the grass. Chance for 2 for Reese. She'll have to hurry though. And over rightus. Can't make the tag. That's a double for Reese. That was not the most graceful slide in Addie Reese's career, I'm sure. She's up and laughing about it. But she found her way around the glove of Morgan Overitis. And with 1 out here in the top of the 5th, the Slice still with a chance to drive in more runs. Tony Gay, first pitch foul. Lindsay 0 for 2, flew out in the second, struck out in the third. It's 8-2 Slice, which means if Tony Gay were to hit a home run here, we would be in run rule territory. Again, collegiate rules, so 8-run or more margin after the trailing teams had a chance to bat in 5 innings. And that's the ball game. Tony Gay turned all the way around on that one, 0-2. One and 2. Way out in front of the change again. Sends Lindsay Tony Gay back to the dugout, 2 away. No official at bat for Kenzie Gales. Hit by a pitch and scored in the second, walked and scored in the fourth. Here she is with a chance to drive in a run. As Eddie Reese stands at second. Change misses high, 1-0. 4 runs in the second for the Slice, 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth, already 1 here in the fifth. Looking for more. Been there for strike 1. Gels, member of the Florida Gators after spending some time in Starkville, Mississippi State. After a couple Florida Gators decided not to use the waiver, some spots opening up in the starting lineup. Gels' name has been tossed around, potentially to replace Sophia Reynoso at short, trying to improve her game this summer. Way out in front of that one. Lindsley, 2-2. Gales fists it out to left. That'll drop. Here comes Reese all the way home, and Gales will stay at first with the RBI single. (9-2) Slice here in the top of the fifth. After Kenzie Gales drives in Addie Reese, and now here's the Grand Slam hitter, Caitlin Davis. Ball 1. And now the run rule run is Gales over at first. Strike one. If she crosses, the Impact will have to score something in the bottom of the fifth, or else this game's over. As suddenly, this has turned into a game just like the previous two meetings. And when I say that, I mean wide margin games. Not to say the Impact are out of it. They're certainly not. But the first game was won by the Slice by 14. Second game won by the Impact by 8. Now the Slice leads by 7. 1-2 to Davis. Upstairs, 2-2. Lindsley delivers. Full count. Fouled off. 2 runs in this inning. A Riley Ludlum home run, solo shot. She's had 2 of those today. 2 home runs, I should say. 1 drove in 2. And then the RBI single by Gales drove in Reese. Full count. And the payoff is fouled off. It was 2-0 Impact after 1. But in the second, a single. Fly out, hit by pitch, loaded the bases for Davis to hit a grand slam. 1 for 2 today. Second time facing Lindsley. Out in front, remains 3-2. Davis hits that one well out to right, but Ryan settles under it, makes the catch to retire the side and end the top of the fifth. But now 4 straight innings, the Slice has put up a run. It is 9-2, headed to the bottom of the fifth. Impact starting to run out of outs. Got to find a way to get to Shannon Sale and put some runs up on the board. To the bottom of the fifth we go. It is 9-2 Slice. Impact will see 10-1-2 at the plate against Shannon Sale, who on the day has given up 2 runs. Both were unearned. 4 hits. She has walked 2, and as I do my math, she struck out 9. Quick update over on the other field as we've got an official nobody is safe alert. Headed to the bottom of the fifth. It's still 2-0 Lynx against the Squeeze. Lynx 5th in the standings. Been on a bit of a tough stretch last couple weeks against the second place Squeeze. First pitch to Phila is outside for ball 1. Phyllis struck out, long at bat in the second, but ended with her swinging at a pitch just like that, 1-1. Two and 1. The Impact offensively have had chances. Left a runner at third in the second inning. Had Bejarano reach with an error in the third, but then she was called for leaving early right before Fava hit a single. And then runners left on second and third in the fourth. Sale has not been invincible today, but the Impact just hasn't found a way to get that key hit. 2-2 to Phila. Just got a piece. That one well hit by Phila, right to Ludlum. Tough play over to first in time. Ludlum had it pop out of her glove, popped around in her right hand, and then she fired to first. One down, adventurous, but that brings up the top of the order. Morgan Overitis, 0 for 1 today. And there for strike one. She walked and scored in the first, struck out in the third. Larrabee Thompson, Facebook commenting in. Thank you, Larrabee, for checking out some live softball. 1-1 to Overitis. Popped up on third base side. Ludlum drops it. Wind, I think, was playing tricks on her. And now laughter from Bree Roper over at second and Ludlum at third. Just a smile on the face of head coach Gina Snyder. Just 1-2 to Overitis. Time called. Again, folks, this is game one of our doubleheader coming up. Pioneers and River Mocs. See if the Pioneers can pull off the upset against a team that's won 8 in a row and sits at the top of the standings. Overitis swings and misses, and that is strikeout number 10 for Sale. She entered the day third in the league with 53, and because first and second aren't playing right now, Shannon Sales got the lead in the FGCL. Madeline Bejarano is 0 for 2, reached on an error in the third, popped out in the first. Foul back. Rise goes a bit too high, 1-1. Bejarano at a UCF, right to Ludlum, who redeems herself for the final out. Takes a second for the Slice to realize that's the end of the inning, but that'll do it. Here in the bottom of the fifth, 3 up, 3 down. Actually, the first clean inning for Shannon Sale today. And we head to the sixth. Slice up 9-2, looking for a run to try and put the run rule in effect. Well, we go to the top of the 6th. Slice up on the impact, 9-2. Madeline Lindsley back in the circle. And she will face here in the 6th, 10-1-2, Hargraves, Dodd, and Banks. Slice with 9 runs on so far 9 hits. 4 runs in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th. And they need 1 in the 6th at least to bring the potential for a run rule into effect. Again, this has been the series between these two. Slice won game 1, 16-2 over the impact. Game 2 went to the impact 9-1. Now it's 9-2 Slice here in game 3. I don't even want to imagine what game 4 will look like. It's Megan Hargraves. And that one is well hit, but over to Am short. 1 away. But back to the top of the order in Jasmine Dodd. Dodd is 0 for 2 with a walk. Walked in the 4th, struck out in the 1st, ground out in the 2nd. First pitch gets away. Sixth inning on the opposite side of the 4th for the Slice. In the 4th, after the runs earlier, the Slice are outscoring opponents 21-3. But in the 6th, they have been outscored 10-1. Kind of goes to the responding statistic we talked about earlier. When they're down early in games, they've struggled to come back. But today, the offense really woke up in a hurry. One out, nobody on. 2-2 to Jasmine Dodd. That one is well hit, dropping quickly and foul. Tough to tell from this angle. Again, we're right along the left-hand side of the infield. The Slice dugout reacted very quickly, but either way, just makes it 2-2 for Dodd. Dodd, a player that can do a lot. Can hit for power, can slap, can put it anywhere in the ballpark. Sees it outside, full count. Payoff. Foul back. Over on the other field as we continue to update the hashtag Nobody Is Safe alert. Top of the 6th. Lynx 2, Squeeze nothing. Lynx trying to get a big win against one of the higher ranked teams in the FGCL. Another 3-2 to Jasmine Dodd. That one is poked right to Perez. Couple lineouts on the left side for the Slice, 2 away. Strange, uncharacteristic day for Maddie Banks. 0 for 3, including 2 strikeouts for the player that entered the day 3rd in the league in batting average. First pitch. That one is well hit out to left, drifting foul. Lands in the impact bullpen. So we get closer to 6:45 over here on the East Coast. Upstairs, 1-1. Popped foul. 1 and 2. A couple of the River Mocs players hurry across behind us. They're coming up next against the Pioneers. One, two to Banks. Out in front. That's the third strikeout against Banks. And for Lindsley in relief, that's number 4. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Impact will try and get a bit closer, trailing 9-2. To the bottom of the 6th, 3-4-5 due up for the Impact, trailing 9-2, but they have avoided the potential run rule, and now the offense will try and get a couple more runs up before we head to the 7th. Starting off with Casey Fava, who has 2 of the 4 hits for the Impact. Other 2 off the bat of Maya Am, who's also due up in this inning. First pitch low for ball 1. Fava singled in the first, came around to score. Singled in the third. Fava out of UCF. Bowed back. Lays it down. Tough play for Ludlum. That one died. The throw to first is nowhere near in time. 3 for 3 day for Fava. That's a leadoff bunt single here in the bottom of the 6th. And now a pinch hitter. For the Impact. Taryn Freshwater. Hitting for Howell, who struck out a couple times. Freshwater getting her first attempt at the plate here in this game. South Florida Bull out of Atlantic Beach, Florida. Hitting .372 this summer with 9 RBI, a home run, a couple doubles, a couple walks. 3 for 5 with an RBI and a double against the Slice in the series. Big cut, 0-1. Quickly 0-2. See if Sale goes rise here on the 0-2. Swing and a miss from Freshwater. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and that's number 11 for Sale on the day. 1 away. But here's Maya Am. So 5 hits today for the Impact. 3 off the bat of Fava, who's over at first right now. 2 off of Am. Single in the first, single in the 4th. Here she is in the 6th. Aggressive on the first pitch, fouling it back. 0-1 from Sale. There goes Fava. Easily slides in on the stolen base, and she's in scoring position. Smart call by Coach Hines to put her in motion, because if Am does what she's been doing all day long, Fava can come around to score. Low. 2-1 to Am out of Orlando, Florida, sophomore last year for FAU. Eight for 39 all summer entering the day, but 2 for 2 against Shannon Sale. 3 for 3 would put a run up. Instead, it's 3-1. Foul. Out of play. Really important payoff pitch for the Impact. They want to stay in this game. They need to keep the 6th going. That's outside. That's a walk. Now we'll see what the rest of the order can do for the Impact. The back half has reached twice on a walk and a hit by pitch. Here's Emma Hawthorne. Back hitting in the DP position in the 6th spot. Over on the other field, they're headed to the 7th. 2-0 Lynx. Over the squeeze. Mary Beth Feldman for the Lynx so far today has gone 6 innings, giving up 1 hit, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. Impressive outing from the player that got him a league a couple days ago. Here's Emma Hawthorne. She struck out in the 1st. Trying to keep the 6th going with Fava at 2nd and Am at 1st. First pitch. And there for strike 1. Sale ahead yet again, 0-2. Hawthorne shows bunt. And Herring makes the catch in foul territory for out number 2. Now we'll see what Megan Ackerman has learned in her previous 2 at-bats. Struck out looking in the 2nd, struck out looking in the 4th. Here she is in the 6th with 2 on and 2 out. Her team trailing by 7. Just missed that, 0-1. Time called. Glad you're with us here on Stream Live Tampa. We're in the bottom of the 6th. It is 9-2 Slice. Game 1 of our doubleheader here on this Tuesday of Week 4 in the FGCL. Impact, though, trying to cut it a bit closer. 1-2. Along with our entire crew, I'm Gray Robertson. Glad to be with you on what has been a very fun season so far. I'm sure the drama will build as we get closer to the postseason. Ackerman just got a piece of that one. Good job spoiling it. And if you're just joining us, no center field camera today, but we've got plenty of other ways to show you what's going on. Plus, I do softball radio, so hopefully we're coloring in the picture well for you. 1-2 to Megan Ackerman. Oh, wow, just missed. 2-2. And while we've obviously been paying attention to what's right in front of us, over on the other field, the nobody is safe alarm is blaring. Top of the 7th, 2-0 Lynx over the Squeeze. 1 out. Squeeze, oh well, the top of the order, due up in the bottom half. 2-2 to Ackerman. Fouled off. Fava at second, Am at first. Another 2-2 from Shannon Sale. Way outside. Good at bat by Ackerman. Count runs full. That'll load the bases. A real chance here for the Impact to make a dent here in the bottom of the 6th. Bases loaded, 2 outs for Mackenzie Ryan. Shannon Sale walks her 4th batter of the game. She's now thrown 116 pitches. Going up against Ryan, who was hit by a pitch in the 2nd, struck out in the 4th. She's only seen strikes, a ball that struck her, and then a 3-pitch strikeout in the 4th. See the ball there, 1-0. Fava's over at 3rd. Am at 2nd, Ackerman at 1st. It's 9-2 Slice, but this game can really change momentum-wise with a good at-bat from Mackenzie Ryan. Outside, 2-0. And we recall earlier in the game, it was a 2-0 pitch for Caitlin Davis that she hammered out to center for a grand slam. That got the Slice offense going. Here's the 2-0 to Mackenzie Ryan. That one was way outside, 3-0. And if I'm Mackenzie Ryan right now, bat on the shoulder. This pitch and maybe even the next. Sale right now is missing high and wide. .3-0 in there, first strike, 3-1. See what Shell goes with here. The 3-1 in there for strike 2. Same pitch, same result. Flattened out pitch. Looks like it could rise out of the hand. It comes on the inside corner to the righties. The Impact needs something in this at-bat. Payoff to Ryan. Upstairs, that's an RBI walk. And the impact finally pushes something across. Here in the bottom of the 6th, it's 9-3 slice, and that'll bring out Gina Snyder to toss some new softballs to the home plate umpire and then go for a chat with Shannon Sale. That gives us a chance to update you on what's happening on the other field. Again, looking at a potential upset on field 2. They're in the bottom of the 7th now. 2-0 Lynx against the second place Squeeze, and it is 1-2-3. Kotzelnick, who came into the day first in batting average, first in hits, and tied for second in RBI. She leads off, followed by Jordan Wolf and Taylor Johnson against, I assume, Mary Beth Feldman, who's thrown a one-hit gem through 6 innings for the Lynx. If she can pitch like that the rest of this league, that is a game changer. The Lynx have struggled the last couple weeks, but they can get another shutdown pitcher, and they've got some good arms on that team already. Could get very interesting once we get to the playoffs. Here's Hannah Perez. Both times she's been at the plate, there's been a runner at third. This time the bases are loaded with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. She's 0 for 2. Fouled off, 0-1. Strikeout in the 2nd after a good at-bat. A ground-out / a line-out ground-out, I guess, in the 4th. Officially goes down as a ground-out. It was off the glove of Sale in the 4th. Over to Roper, who fired to first. Sale will try and dig deep. 0-1 to Perez. 0-2. That one well hit by Perez out to center. That'll drop right in front of Dodd. Am will score. Here comes Ackerman, and she steps on home. They give Hannah Perez a 2 RBI single. The first runs batted in this summer for Hannah Perez on her 3rd hit for the Impact, and suddenly it's 9-5 slice. And that, I think, will lead to a pitching change. This could get very interesting indeed as Shannon Sale heads back to the dugout and Brittany Krausen takes over in the circle with runners on first and second, 9-5 slice with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Get the final line for Shannon Sale in just a moment. Give you the rundown on Krausen, freshman from Newberry, Gulf Coast State College transfer. 9.88 ERA this summer, 17 innings, 40 hits allowed, 29 runs, 24 of those earned, 9 walks, 10 strikeouts. She's 0-3. Change, drop, rise in the arsenal. Change, though, has a tendency to miss high, and that's when teams have gotten a hold of her. She starts off with a 10-hole hitter, Taylor Filla. Low for ball 1. Sale, can re-enter, but she finishes most likely with a line of 5 2/3, 6 hits, 5 runs, 3 earned, 4 walks, 11 strikeouts, 2 runners on base, her responsibility. Phil shows bunt. That's low, that gets away. Runners will advance. Ryan at third Perez at second. Villa's 0 for 2 today. Struck out in the second, ground out in the fifth. Wow, low part of the zone given to Krausen, 2-1. Villa chuckling a bit at that one as she steps back. It's 9-5 slice, 3 runs in this inning for the Impact. 3-1. Full count. Over on the other field, bottom of the seventh. Still 2-0 Lynx, but nobody out, and Stormy Kotzelnick, as she does, led off the bottom of the seventh with a triple. And just now, an RBI ground out by Jordan Wolf. So 2-1 Lynx, 1 out, bottom of the seventh. Villa out to left, that'll drop. Ryan will score. Here comes Perez. And that is a 2 RBI double for Taylor Villa to make it 9-7 slice. And back to the top of the order we go, with Morgan Overitis. Now the game-tying run here in the bottom of the sixth. Low for ball one. Upstairs, 2-0. Overitis walked in the first, couple of strikeouts in the third and fifth. Different kind of situation here in the sixth. Good job by Tony Gay blocking that one, but a 3-0 count now. Strike one. For Krausen, you just have to find a way to let your defense help you out. She's a low ball pitcher. She wants ground outs. Have Overitis put one in play. Overitis helps out there. Full count. And we've got drama over on the other field. Give you an update in just a moment. Drama over here, too. Payoff to Overitis. Change, got her looking. Knees buckled as Overitis sits down. But the Impact very, very much back in this game. Through 6, it is 9-7 slice. Slice now will try and get some insurance and spread the margin a bit as we head to the top of the 7th. And before we take a brief pause, over on the other field, we mentioned Kotzelnick had the triple RBI ground out for Jordan Wolf. How about a solo home run by Taylor Johnson to tie the game at 2 with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. Squeeze and Lynx tied at 2. Unreal action here on this Tuesday as we've seen, gosh, what a game over here at Field 1. The Slice looked to be in control. They had the run rule run in the 5th inning on base. It was 9-2 at that point. And with a plethora of things, in particular also walks from Shannon Sale in the 6th inning, the Impact is right back in it. Impact got 2 runs in the first. They just put up 5 in the 6th. Slice had 4 in the second, 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth, and 2 in the 5th. But this game has changed very, very much so since the last time the Slice was at the plate. And now we'll see what they can do with 3, 4, 5 due up. Quick change in the field for the Impact. Looks like Taryn Freshwater has taken over for Jensen Howell over at first. I believe that is the only change. Oh, and Ackerman back in the circle, of course. So she does re-enter. That might be the first re-entry of a pitcher I've seen so far this summer. And she opens up with Neely Herring. 0 for 2 day for her. First pitch strike. Herring walked in the first, ground out in the third, ground out in the fourth. Just misses high, 1-1. Ackerman just clipping the edges. 2-1. Herring ahead now. Wichita State shocker at the plate. 3-1. And that one well hit. Out to right, all the way to the fence. Herring will take 2. Long throw for Ryan. Herring will stand at second with the leadoff double as the Slice tries to answer right back here in the top of the 7th. Here's Bree Roper. 1 for 3 day, singled and scored in the third. Fly out in the fifth, ground out in the first. Slapped over to Overitis. Throw to first in time. Herring does take third on the ground out. 1 away. But a run now 60 feet for Riley Ludlum. If I'm the impact, I just walk her. She's 3 for 3 with 2 home runs. A 2-run shot in the third, solo in the fifth. She also singled and scored in the second. They won't walk her, that's for sure, and Ludlum took a home run cut on the first pitch. Herring over at third. 9-7 Slice as Ludlum gets under it. Long run for Bejarano. She makes the catch. And a nice throw. Home would have absolutely gotten Herring if she tried to tag up. 2 away. Addie Reese. Another player who's having a really good day. Singled and scored in the second. Walked in the third. Doubled and scored in the fifth. Trying to help Brittany Krausen out, who came on in relief in the sixth. Ball 1. Again, this is just game 1 of a doubleheader tonight. We've got Rivermox, we've got Pioneers. Coming up next is Ashton Hines goes to talk it up with Megan Ackerman. Let's take a second to update you on what's happening on the other field. We talked about it. What drama? That drama will carry over into extras. After a double play ends the bottom of the 7th, 2-2 links and squeeze headed to the top of the 8th. And remember, folks, in extra inning games in the FGCL, international tiebreaker rules apply, so a runner starts at second. Should be very interesting to see how that one plays out as, again, the nobody is safe alarm continues to ring. Reese steps back in. 1-0 from Ackerman. Outside, 2-0. Try and give you a line for Lindsley in a moment. Straight up the chute. Hawthorne tracking, makes the catch. And that'll do it here in the top of the 7th. Runner stranded at third after the leadoff double by Neely Herring. And now we'll see if the Slice can close it out. We head to the bottom of the 7th. 9-7 Slice, but the Impact looking for a chance to either tie it up or walk it off here at Lakewood Ranch. Well, we finally got a close battle between these two. Game 1 in this series in week 1, or maybe early week 2, I can't remember, it all blends together. The Slice won it 16-2. In the second game between these squads, the Impact won 9-1. It looked like it would be more of the same, as the Slice had a 9-2 lead in the 5th. And yet, the Impact fought back, got to Shannon Sale, chased her, and now here we are in the bottom of the 7th. 2-3-4 due up. Slice leading it 9-7. Madeline Bejarano sees the first pitch ball. Bejarano 0 for 3. Popped out in the first, reached on an error in the third, lined out in the 5th. Brittany Krausen on in relief. Upstairs. We do know this is the final line for Madeline Lindsley. She finishes in relief, 3 1/3. 4 hits, 3 runs all earned, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Gave way back to Ackerman. Strike 1 to Bejarano. Really amazing how quickly this game changed. I'm going to slap it right back to Krausen. To first in time, 1 down. Nicely done by Krausen. Got on her in a hurry, but didn't panic. But here is Casey Fava. 7 hits today for the Impact. Fava's got 3 of them. A trio of singles, and she has scored twice. That one right to Ludlum. Took a second. The throw to first is in time for out number 2. Ludlum from her knees. Double clutch with the pump fake. But how big is that? And now 2 away for Taryn Freshwater. What a job by Krausen coming in. Shannon Sale have been struggling. Krausen gave up the double, but since then she's been sharp. Now trying to finish the job against Freshwater, who came on in the 6th and struck out against Sale. Trying to extend the game for the Impact. One and one. Two 1 pitch from Krausen to Freshwater. Well hit but foul. 9-7 slice. Final strike for the Impact. They fought back so well. They have a tying run at the plate in the 6th after trailing by as many as 7 runs. Now trying to stay alive here in the bottom of the 7th. The 2-2. Low, almost buckled the knees, full count. That one, drifting foul. Davis gave it her best. Just a long strike. Three-two. Low, and that's a walk. And here comes the tying run for the Impact. Maya Am, 2 for 2 today. Walked and scored in the 6th. Singles in the 1st and 4th. First pitch fouled. She would be the tying run. with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. One and one. It should be noted the Impact put up 5 runs in the 6th. All of that came with 2 outs. So the 2 outs so what motto, very prevalent in this team right now. Change in for strike 2. And once again, the Impact down to a final strike. Krausen toes the rubber. The 1-2. Low. Took a bit off of it. 2-2. Upstairs, full count. Freshwater over at first after the walk when she was down to her final strike. Am now has fought back from 1-2 to 3-2. The payoff. Struck her out. Brittany Krausen comes in and gets a critical final 4 outs to secure the victory for the Slice. 9-7 as Krausen replaces Shannon Sale, strikes out a couple, and closes it out to give the Slice a 9-7 victory once again and move the Slice to 8-6 on the summer and bump up just a bit over the Impact in the standings, who drop to 6-9. Wow, what a game. Shannon Sale, 11 strikeouts, but 4 walks, gave up some hits in the 6th inning. The Impact kept fighting. That's the determination I know Coach Ashton Hines has been waiting to see from her team in a game like that. She got it this afternoon and into the evening, and I think this is the kind of game that the Impact are going to be better for. They fought back. They were right there. They had the tying run at the plate a couple of times in the 6th and the 7th, but the Slice mashed their way to a victory. Great game for Riley Ludlum, who had a 3-for-4 day with a couple home runs. That'll do it for Game 1. Again, the Slice wins it 9-7 over the Impact. Slice 8-6 on the summer. Impact 6-9. Game 2 of the doubleheader. On the horizon, River Mocs, Pioneers. We've seen craziness today, and in fact, before we cut off, we'll update you on the craziness over on the other field, because they are in extras, Squeeze and Lynx, and they're in the bottom of the 8th, tied at 2, and again, international tiebreak rules do apply there. The bottom of the 8th just beginning over on field 2. But here on field 1, Slice wins at 9-7 over the Impact. Coming up next, River Mocs and Pioneers. We'll see you then. For our entire crew here at Stream Live Tampa, I'm Greg.